Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about how I got into college, including my grades, statistics like test scores and stuff, and extracurriculars, and I'll also be telling you at the end of the video where I actually do go to college. So if you're interested in finding that all out, stick around. And yeah, I also want to say though to take this all with a grain of salt because I'm just one student. This doesn't mean anything, and the truth is I don't know if admissions essays and stuff matter. So admissions essays could have an influence on this. It could have either helped me or not helped me, and it's really hard to tell if something influences your ability to get into college. So just remember that I'm just one student, but I just remember being like really confused and worried a year ago. So I'm hoping this will help other people out. So yeah, before I start, don't forget to like and subscribe. And for a little bit of background on like my high school and stuff, I live in the Bay Area in California. I'm an in-state resident for California. So most of the schools I was applying to were UCs, and that was just like where I was aiming for because any other school is ridiculously expensive. Now I'm gonna get into grades. So my school kind of inflates our GPAs because they have a bunch of classes that are technically honors to them but are not approved by the UCs to be an honors class yet. So basically it kind of inflated our GPAs. So by the end of high school, my GPA was a 4.5 according to my school, but if you want a more accurate representation, I'm just gonna say like what my grades were like really quickly. So freshman year, I got 1B, rest A's, all of the semesters. Sophomore year, I got 1C, 1B first semester. Second semester, I got 2B's, rest A's. Junior year, I took 10 classes. I was on something else. I don't know what's wrong with me. I took an online class, took a 0 period, and I took a 9th period. Like I don't know why I did that. But anyways, I got 2B's and rest A's by some miracle. And second semester junior year, I got 3B's and rest A's, but I dropped one of my classes, so I only had 9, which was still a lot. So for senior year, first semester I got 2B's and then rest A's, and then second semester senior year I really didn't care. I think I got like 3B's, 1C and rest A's, which was not great considering, but it didn't matter. So, and then next I'm gonna go into my test scores. So firstly, the SAT, I could not score well on this. I felt really embarrassed talking about it because I'd studied so hard and it's been a lot of money and just really invested in trying to do better, and it didn't happen, and so that really sucked for me. But I ended up getting a 1380 and I felt kind of defeated, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll just give the ACT a shot. And so I studied all on my own, and I was like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I just have to give up. But by some miracle, I managed to score a 34. And in case you don't know, if you get a 33, 34, 35, or 36, that's all the 99th percentile. So I felt pretty good about that. I don't think it like significantly helped me or deterred me. I think it just supported like my other scores kind of. So next for AP exams, I don't know my exact scores for some of these, and I'll tell you which ones I don't know for sure because the AP, like the College Board website isn't working right now. I think it's just because they're having a lot of problems relating to having to put their exams online now. So unfortunately, I can't figure like some of these scores out, but for the most part, I know what I got. For freshman year, I took AP Government and AP Environmental Science, and I got a 5 in AP Government, and I got either a 4 or 3 in Environmental Science. I don't exactly remember. I'm so sorry, but it's probably did make or break it for me. Sophomore year, I took AP Bio. I either got a 3 or 4. Once again, don't remember. The class was so traumatizing. I tried to block up everything related to AP Bio. Junior year, I got in 5 in Calculus and US History and a 4 in Psychology. Embarrassing because that class was so easy, but I kind of slacked off, let's be honest. Then senior year, I got a 4 in Chemistry, a 3 in Macroeconomics, a 3 in Statistics, and a 2 in AP Literature. Yeah, that class kind of traumatized me too, so. And then lastly was the subject test. The only subject test I remember like actually submitting was the US History because I got like a 780, 790, something like that. I took 2 other ones, did not submit, but I'll tell you what I got anyways. I took the bio one. Don't remember if it was ecology or molecular, but I remember getting in the low 700s, like a 710 or something, which actually is just not that good because most people get like an 800. So I think by getting like a 700 or something, I was in the 50th percentile or maybe 60th. It's basically not a really good percentile, so it didn't make sense to submit the score. Same with math. I don't remember if I took level 1 or 2, but I do remember getting in like the low to mid 700s, which put me me, and if you get like an 800 on that, you're already in like the 85th percentile. So I think by getting the low 700s, I was also in like the 50th percentile. So I also didn't submit that, but it wasn't the end of the world. I lived, so I don't think those make or break your thing. Maybe not unless you're trying to go to like some of those 7-year med programs and stuff. I think that's where it really matters, but I ended up being lucky in it not mattering too much. Lastly, I'm gonna go into all my extracurriculars. I have a lot, so I had to write them down. So if I look down, that's why. The first is music. I have been doing violin since I was young, so I decided to do the grade level 5 exam for ABRMS, and there are these London board exams, and so I did it for violin and I did it for music theory, both for grade level 5, and I forget what the levels of pass are called, but I definitely passed with high regards or whatever. I forget. They have a kind of weird system, but it ended up being okay for me, so I'm really glad. I was also in orchestra at school. I was first chair. I don't think that really made a difference, but anyways, I'm just telling you what life was like. So I was also in jazz band. We got to go to Japan, and I wrote quite a few essays about it for I don't remember if it was Common App or UC's or some like private school essays, but I definitely wrote about it. I felt like it really made me stand out because everyone has a story like, oh, I helped somebody else, but this was more like, I'm going to another country and I get the unique experience of a homestay, and so I'm the one learning things here, not just I'm not just helping others. So I think that helped a little bit, to be honest. My next extracurricular was volunteering with Stanford Hospital. So I volunteered at the Lucille Packard Children's Hospital. I remember doing that like once or twice a month, and I started like junior year, maybe like February of my junior year, and I continued that basically till near the end of high school when I got bored of it. So I also volunteered with the Stanford Histology Lab. Histology is just like tissue samples, so I was helping these lab technicians like prepare the tissue samples, clean them, ship them out, label them, and yeah. The next place where I volunteered was this special needs group, and basically I volunteered like after school and on weekends, and it wasn't like that regular. Like I remember only doing it like maybe once or twice a week. Actually, that's fairly regular. And I started like sophomore year, and it was fun, to be honest. I really liked it. I got to work with special needs children, and we would do like activities like music, dance, art, games, or just like getting them to socialize. And honestly, really fun. I wasn't just like friends with these special needs kids, but also the other people who also volunteered there. There are like so many of them, and they're all in the Bay Area, and it's really nice to see like all these people and get to know them. So yeah, the next extracurricular activity I have is tutoring, which I did through my school at the National Honor Society. That's what like tutoring in my school was, and it was kind of a bore because most of the students like didn't really want tutoring, so I would just kind of hang out like after school, and I don't know if it was that cool, but I just remember getting a cord at graduation, so I mean, at least that's that. The next extracurricular I have is my Earthwise Club. I was the secretary for it. It's basically like the environmental club at my school. And although I don't remember if I wrote any essays about this for like college apps and stuff, I remember like being a part of this club is like super fun. We had like an Earth Week, and we basically did these like cool smoothies. We did like a lot of outreach, like we were telling, like just informing people like, hey, make an extra effort to, you know, take care of your plant, make an extra effort to, you know, not put trash in the recycle or notice what's what, and I really enjoyed that. My last activity that I can remember is badminton, and sophomore year I was on JV, junior and senior year I was like first and second girls singles 1 for varsity, and I don't remember winning a lot of games, but I do remember having a lot of fun. A lot of my friends were in it, and that just really made it awesome. So finally, I wanted to mention where I go to college. I go to the University of California at Davis. I freaking love it there. I never feel like there aren't resources for me. There are like 5 different kinds of tutoring offered to us. There are tons of office hours. I feel like the classes are challenging in a good way, where I feel like I want to learn more, and I'm really, really, really excited for the next 3 years that my college has to offer. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I didn't necessarily think things were going to work out for me last year, and you just have to make the most of the situation you're in, and that really just improves your personal situation. So yeah, that is all I have for this video. I hope this video was informative, and if you have any questions or you want any other video ideas for me to do, let me know. Feel free to leave a comment or contact me on social media. I don't think I have anything else to say, so don't forget to like this video and have a great day.